I think we're going to do this podcast like it's 1969.
No, it's back. Give it to the quarterback. No, we got the running back.
Straight off the couch.
Here are the stories we're going to be chasing today.
Well, first of all, welcome to the show. Before I get too far along, let me bring in my broadcast partner. We've been doing this show for boys and girls that don't know. We're the longest-running podcast in recorded history. Let me bring in the dashing and daring Adam Whitehall. Adam, how are you today, buddy?
I'm good, buddy. Just to put some context behind that, our last episode, Spotify had a glitch, and they decided to date our episode December 31st, 1969, which would make us the first ones to podcast, I guess. So we're
longest-running podcast in human history.
Yeah,
that's what we are, man. Thank you very much.
We were doing it before it was cool.
Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, what that did for us is because it didn't refresh, nobody got the podcast because the date obviously was 1969, so it didn't show up as your latest podcast, and a couple of people were looking for it, so we had to re-upload the episode when the glitch was fixed, but that was a couple days later. Hopefully, nothing else will happen, and you'll get this one fresh off the press.
That would be nice. So let's go ahead and we're going to review Week 15, preview Week 16. Let's go ahead and jump right into this, Adam. Right off the bat, we had a Thursday night game that was good if you like a nap. If you enjoy a nice winter nap, this was a good game.
So yeah, we're getting that primetime blahs again. We were pumping it up for a while there, thinking we were quite impressed. What was on paper didn't look like an impressive game, and now we're getting the ones that look like they could have been impressive on paper, and they're turning into snooze fests. The Falcons march into Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay had this game in their control, and the Falcons somehow made this miraculous fourth quarter comeback.
It's that time of year where teams are going to start to play spoiler.
Yeah, and Falcons have no playoff hopes, but division rival, so, you know, they kind of hate each other. Falcons win this game 29-28, walk-off field goal in the fourth quarter, zeros on the clock.
Yep, let's go ahead and spank somebody down just for the heck of it. Yeah, that really, like I said, that wasn't a very exciting game to watch.
And there wasn't a lot of exciting games to watch over the weekend. You know, your Bears went into, or the Cleveland Browns came and visited your Bears, and I don't know what the fuck, man. The Browns are just, I think they're going for that draft pick, I think.
I think this is a classic example of the NFL keeping Shador down, scheduling 7-degree weather the day he plays in Chicago. How dare the league do that?
I've got some problems with the league this week, but yeah, that one was a kind of a snooze fest. Happy for your Bears, but at the same time, like, look who they were going up against.
The Bears aren't the only one that had a blowout. The Eagles-Raiders was a 31-0. Ravens-Bengals 24-0. There was a lot of ass whipping going on.
And that one surprised me because that's a divisional game, and those teams usually play each other very tight.
I thought it was going to be a lot better. Yeah.
It's a field goal that divides it. You know, like, we're looking at other games. Texans smacked the Cards around 40-20. Jags smacked the Jets around. No surprise there. 48-20. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Jacksonville's trying to prove that they're for real. But tell you what, you still got to play other teams in the. You're playing Indianapolis this week. I mean,
the two big early games were the Chargers walk into Kansas City and eliminate them from playoff contention. So, and Mahomes goes down with an ACL, and I know a lot of people were like, "Yay!" You know, he made a deal with the devil, and the devil came back to collect, and all this other bullshit. But, like, I never wanted to see a player get injured. Like, as much as I hate seeing Mahomes on the screen and Chris Collinsworth sucking on his asshole all the time, going, "Oh, here's a guy. Nobody tears an ACL like Patrick Mahomes."
This guy, yeah.
And I know people are just kind of sick of him, but I never want to see a player go down to that kind of injury. Thing is, with ACL injuries, they have so much technological advances in sports medicine that he's basically going to come back with a bionic leg.
It's going to be a question of, does he feel confident on the knee more than it is the structural integrity of the knee?
I've seen so many players come back from ACL repair and they've been better players. So he'll be at practice next year.
Another notable ACL tear over the weekend was Micah Parsons for the Packers. And this, I texted you about it because last night on Monday Night Countdown, I got aggravated. They spent 15 minutes talking about Mahomes and his ACL. Chiefs are eliminated. The Packers are still deep in the hunt. And you only spend 2 seconds talking about Micah Parsons?
Yeah. I mean, that's what sports media does now. It's like,
I don't get me wrong. I don't want to see Parsons. I don't like Parsons. He plays for the Packers. But if you're going to talk about people with ACLs, Parsons is arguably as big a name as Patrick Mahomes in the league.
Well, did you hear the NFL announced as soon as the Chiefs were eliminated from the playoffs that they've redefined the playoff format? Now every team's in the playoffs.
Another one of note on the early window. Your Patriots were up 21-0, and they let the Bills back in the game, and they lost.
Yeah, so now the Patriots with a 21-point lead in Foxborough have a record of 135-1.
Oh, jeez.
They've never lost with a 21-point lead. Also, Mike Vrabel was 6-0 off the bye, and now he's 6-1 off the bye. So that perfect record for him is gone. This game was questionable in some aspects. There was a lot of phantom penalties and there was a lot of weird things going on. But not only in this game, there was a lot of things going on in the league ref-wise that didn't make a lot of sense this weekend.
Yeah, there was some questionable stuff going on everywhere. There was one.
So I'm not going to blame the refs. I mean, the Bills did have a touchdown called back. They played hard in the second half, and the Pats defense was asleep. Like they just weren't there.
But there was a questionable touchdown in the Rams-Lions game, too. The Rams receiver, I forgot if it was Puka Nacua or their tight end.
No, like Parkinson.
But his knee was clearly down a yard and a half short of the end zone. The ball was nowhere near the end zone, and they gave him the touchdown. Yeah,
they signaled touchdown. They went to the replay. They went to New York. And we watched it from 27 different angles and go, okay, this one's going to be played at the 1 yard line.
And they said they couldn't overturn the call in the field.
Yeah, they came back and said it's a touchdown. Everybody that was watching the game was like, the fuck? So I think there's going to be some refs that are going to get reviewed or reffing teams that are going to get reviewed by the NFL.
If it was reviewed, though, it got reviewed in New York. I imagine that the official in New York is probably going to be under the most scrutiny, I would hope.
I'm asking, like, is this another conspiracy
trying to keep the Rams in the game?
Insider betting, something like that. What is going on? Like, because that was clear as day, not a touchdown. I mean, the Rams probably would have got it on the very next play, but let's call a spade, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. He should have been down. Phillip Rivers came back, almost won that game. Heartbreak to see out the Seahawks, but the Seahawks are a good football team. The other late window games were Titans-Niners. That went pretty much the way everybody expected it to. And the Packers-Broncos. Broncos beat the Packers pretty well, and the Packers were favored by 6 going into this game.
And that was a good game. Like that had playoffs written all over it. That felt like a really good game. And then we were talking last week about, you said Micah Parsons, the way to get him to slow him down is to run like 7-8 plays up the gut to make him, attack the run, so he can't rush the edge anymore and tire him out. Like, I think you paraphrasing, like punching him in the mouth a few times.
Yeah, punch him right in the mouth figuratively. Yeah,
figuratively. And we were like, yeah, okay, the Bears are going to see them again, and that's probably what they're going to do. Well, now the Bears got to figure out their game plan because this guy's out for the season. So
yeah, he's done for the season.
And that question's like, what's going to happen with Green Bay? They were looking really strong on defense. Their offense was, I mean, Jordan did throw 2 picks during Toyotathon.
Yeah, and he lost during Toyotathon. So the Toyotathon curse has been broken.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't stand on that one anymore, I guess.
And that brings us to our Sunday night game. That was Vikings at Cowboys. The Vikings are notoriously famous for playing spoilers after they've been eliminated.
They are the super spoiler.
They are. And I hope they continue that throughout the end of the season.
But I was just shocked that it went that way.
I was expecting a little more fight out of the Cowboys, but them boys, and I forgot which defensive lineman it was, but did you see the reporters had to tell him they were mathematically eliminated and just watch his little heart go, oh.
Oh, that was Chris Jones on the Chiefs.
On the Chiefs, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, really, Chris? You don't know what you're like? This is a do or die game for you.
Chris, you like to cry a lot. Now might be a good time.
Now it's the time to show those. Just play the national anthem. Come on.
And that brings us to Monday night. Dolphins, Steelers. The Fins don't like to play in the cold. That's all you can take away from that game.
Yeah, they smacked the Jets around last week in colder temperatures, but they can't handle the Steelers. The Steelers are cursed on primetime football. The Dolphins don't play in the cold, and somehow somebody thought that, Monday, December 15th at night in Pittsburgh is a good time to put these two teams together. Like, I would have much rather seen Packers-Broncos in that window.
No, Tomlin's like 28-0 on Monday Night Football.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like 28-0 on Monday Night Football.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Some insane number like that.
Yeah.
And so
they'll keep them. But you know what? This game looked like shit on paper, and it was even harder to watch.
It was. I was done at like 9 o'clock. I called it a day.
I watched it right to the end, and I was just like, this is the most action I've seen, and it just looked like cue the Benny Hill theme every time the Dolphins got the ball. It was awful.
Look at you go, girlfriend.
Yeah, it was awful. You know what? I had to make up for missing a couple of the Sunday games because I was just like, the people need to know.
People need to know. So what are our rankings right now between you and I? What's going on there?
Are we going into that, or are we going to look at the playoff picture first?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
All right. Playoff picture-wise, AFC, we've got the Broncos. They have solidified a playoff spot. They're currently number one. They are 12-2. Patriots cinched up the number 2 spot, but they're not. Nothing's final yet. They lost their hat and T-shirt game on Sunday, so I think they have to get a couple wins still to secure that division. They're 11-3. Jags are 10-4. Looks like they're going to run away with that AFC South, but the Texans are creeping up, so there's something to look out for there. Steelers are 8-6 right now. We're going to see what happens there, but they're holding that division, so they're in the 4th spot. Chargers sneak up into the 5th spot. Bills into the 6th, and the Texans are in the 7th. Teams that are on the bubble right now are the Colts and the Ravens. Everybody else in the AFC is eliminated.
I wouldn't want to play the Texans in a playoff game at this time.
Dude, I was just looking at the stats as they sit right now, and that would mean the Patriots would take the Texans in the wild card round. And
I'm so sorry.
I don't
Adam.
want to see that.
No.
I don't. Drake May would be turned into a quarter pounder. He would just be pummeled.
No.
So yeah, I don't want to see that either because the Texans defense is legit, and those 4 guys up front can just pound the crap out of everybody.
They do it with the 4 down linemen, which just it baffles me, man.
Yeah. But, things are heating up. We still got a couple weeks left. What's the NFC looking like, Terry?
NFC looks like, well, there's one team that's clinched a playoff spot, and that's the first seeded LA Rams. The Rams are 11-3. And like I said, they're the only team in the NFC that has clinched a playoff spot at this point in time. Number 2 seed is the Bears at 10-4. Keep that in mind, the Bears at 10-4. Followed by...
That's up 5 spots from last week. That's crazy.
Well, but when I get to 7, I'll explain why.
Yeah.
So after the Bears, we got Philadelphia at 9-5. They're going to walk away with the NFC East, and the Buccaneers in the NFC South. But they play Carolina this weekend, and that could flip-flop. Keep an eye on that. Then we got the Niners in the 6th spot. Oh, I'm sorry, the Seahawks at 11-3. So the Seahawks are 5 at 11-3, and the Rams are 1 at 11-3. It's the tiebreaker keeping the Seahawks down right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to the San Francisco 49ers. All 3 of those teams are in the same division. Niners in the 6th spot at 10-4. And that brings up the number 7 spot, the much maligned and hated, and deservedly so, Green Bay Packers at 9-4-1. The Packers and the Bears have flip-flopped between the 2 and the 7 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And there's a possibility it could happen again this weekend.
Yeah.
So, and the outside teams looking in, Detroit Lions at 8-6, Carolina Panthers at 7-7, and the Cowboys are listed at 10, but
I don't know how.
It's simple math. Basically, for the Dallas Cowboys to get in, the entire NFC East has to be in a plane crash and die.
Yeah, everybody has to lose because they just lost, and
they have to be in the same plane. Maybe go and see a Stevie Ray Vaughan concert and just
I don't know. Sing La Bamba over the sea.
Everybody else is eliminated.
Yeah, but it's heating up. We got a couple weeks left, and it's like 3 games left, and it can be anybody's season.
Well, looking forward for Detroit, they play the Steelers this weekend, and then they play the Vikings, and then they play the Bears to close out the season. If Detroit doesn't lose, if they win the next 2 games, and Chicago loses either one of the next 2 games, that Week 18 game between the Bears and the Lions could have a lot of implication.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. And when we get to the Saturday game, we'll talk a little bit more in depth about what's going on with the Packers and what they have coming up.
Oh, I hear a car. Yeah, there he is.
Here he is all the way from Milan, Italy. It's Coach Blackwell. Coach, how are you, buddy?
Hi, boys. I had a beautiful week. Sorry about your football games.
Well, mine turned out okay, other than, hearing the Green Bay guys complain. What about you, Coach?
One thing I noticed this week is it seemed to be color rush week. Everybody was wearing, the same color tops and bottoms, or they were doing the whole white thing again, and I don't know how I feel about that, but everybody wanted to do the whole bring back 2018 2019 Thursday nights, and they were just let's wear all the same color.
Well, Nike's got to make sales, man.
They were just all very matchy this week. So my fits of the weeks, here we go. Let's start with Thursday. The Falcons came out in their Luftwaffe uniforms. I'm still not a fan, but it might have a better look if they just change that logo a little bit.
It does look suspiciously like something from the Gestalt.
Green Bay, I know you don't like Green Bay, Terry, but they came out in these little nice full white numbers, head to toe, and they changed their helmet to white, and I really like that look. I don't know what it is about that look, but with the little bit of yellow and a little bit of green and not all white, it just looks really good. It's fresh. It's clean.
If it means they're going to lose, I wouldn't mind if they wore it every week.
The Texans came out in probably my second favorite uniform of theirs. They weren't the full reds, but they came out in that steel blue head to toe. The helmets matched the shirt, matched the pants.
That is a good look. That is a good look. Yeah.
It is spicy looking. I love it. The Rams came out in the royal blue, their typical royal blue, but this week they wore the bone pants, and you know how I love the bone pants, Terry.
When I hear bone, you're the guy I think of.
Thank you. I'm so glad you think of me. Steelers came out in probably the best color rush uniform. They came out in their just all black with yellowish tinges and stripes and numbers and stuff, and that looked really good. I thought, the Jets did a good Gotham City look last week, but these guys look like they were in the Dark Knight.
Yeah, they did. Look like the Gotham Knights, absolutely.
I thought the field was going to blow up. I was hoping the field was going to blow up. It was an awful game to watch.
I was looking for Hines Ward to run in front of an explosion. Yeah.
But my fit of the week, my favorite look, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came out on Thursday night in those creamsicle uniforms with the old buckaroo on the helmet, and that was tasty looking. I just wanted to go out and have an orange float.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a dreamsicle.
And that's all I have for this week. I'm hoping there's some more special uniforms, but I have a feeling that we've kind of run out of them by now.
It's probably we're getting down to the wire with you, Coach. So hopefully we'll see you next week, buddy.
Okay, toodaloo, boys.
And there he goes. Now it's time to tell us how bad we suck at predicting football.
So you're pretty good, actually. I am not. You still, you still have a 6-game lead on me. Your record right now is 29-24, and I'm 23-30. I had hope. I had some hope this week when we both picked the Bucks and lost, and then I chose the Vikings, and you had the Cowboys. I was like, oh, here it is. The momentum's going to pick up. And then I picked the Dolphins last night for some reason because I literally did not care about that game, and I guess I should have cared more.
But the Dolphins have been playing pretty decent football until last night, the last month. So
true.
You know.
All right. So, well, we have a lot of picks this week because we have 2 Saturday games.
So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Thursday night, we have Rams at Seahawks. This not only is for their conference, or the division, this could be for the conference.
This could be for the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
This is a big game.
This is a big game, and I don't know. Who do you want? And I'll just take the other team because I can see this one going either way. These are 2 really good football teams playing at the top of their game right now.
Yeah, and I'm really conflicted on this. The Rams have showed no stop, and the Seahawks the same. But then I watched the game on the weekend, and the Hawks put in 6 field goals, no touchdowns.
I think they were just taking it easy on the Cardinals.
I'm gonna go Rams on this one.
Okay, I'll take the Seahawks and feel good about it.
I mean, I like this one's a coin flip to me. It could go either way.
Either way. That brings us to Saturday afternoon, the early game Saturday afternoon, 4:00 my time, 5:00 your time, Adam. It's Eagles at Commanders. The Commanders they're going to sit their quarterback for the rest of the season. Eagles are on a roll. This is going to be Philadelphia all the way.
Yeah, I think we're both taking Philly here. There's just no way that the Commanders are in this game.
No,
I mean, I know it's a divisional game and they could play spoiler, but I don't think they have the pieces in place.
They don't, especially if they don't have what's his name under center. I don't think they have a chance. That brings us to the Saturday night game, 7:20 my time, 8:20 your time. I am looking at Bears and Packers. Looking forward. The Bears need to win 2 more games. They play the Packers this week, the Niners next week, and they close out against Detroit.
Yeah. This is a tough game for me to pick, but knowing that Micah Parsons is down now, I think I've got the Bears.
I was going to go Bears too. The Packers looking forward after they play us Saturday night. Next week they play the Ravens. And they close out the season against the Minnesota Vikings, who historically love to beat the Green Bay Packers to knock them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, Packers need to lose 2, and the Bears need to win not only this Saturday but 1 more. So I'm going Bears as well. Does anything in the early window Sunday got you going here at all?
So I'm just looking real quick, and I mean. Tampa Bay, Carolina is a big one.
Yeah, that could be for the division.
Both those teams. Well, these guys played 2 times in 3 weeks. That's
just like the Bears Packers. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be some drama to watch there because whoever wins this one, there's gonna be a revenge game in 2 weeks.
And just like Bears Packers, there's a possibility they could face each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, and then we've got Buffalo's got an easy walkthrough with Cleveland. I'm hoping Cleveland plays the spoiler game because Buffalo struggled against pretty shitty teams, to be honest.
They have, and it doesn't make any sense. Buffalo's been up and down performance-wise all year, and it doesn't make sense.
I look at the rest of the games. There's nothing really notable to talk about. Kansas City, Tennessee, whoopee. Like there's no playoff games here.
No, there are no playoff games in the Sunday early window.
We've got late window stuff. That's where it's 2 good games in the late window.
Late window, one of the ones I'm looking at, Jaguars, Broncos. I think
that's going to be a big game.
I think the Broncos are going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the Jaguars make a game of it. And the other one with playoff implications, Steelers, Lions.
I think the Jacksonville game, Jacksonville puts up some points early.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the game that Denver doesn't have the comeback.
Oh, okay.
We've done a lot of comebacks. I think it's time for a little humble pie.
All right, that brings us to
They've got away with a couple, and then Pittsburgh, Detroit. They're both an 8-6 record. Pittsburgh's, doing their thing. Detroit needs to have this win to be competitive, or I think they're pretty much their hopes are over.
I'm really sorry, Bratcher. I really want Aaron Rodgers to do what Aaron Rodgers did for a long time. That's to beat this Lions. I'm sorry, Chris. Don't hate me. Because I don't want to. Chris is my friend, and I don't want to have the Lions Bears for the last game of the season be on the line for one of us being out of the playoffs. That.
I mean, we do have biases, right? Like there are certain things, like when you have your team and you're seeing the other teams that you're gonna you're in division with, or teams that you're gonna play going down the line. You're kind of hoping for a couple of losses here and there.
Yeah, it's just nothing personal, pal. That brings us to our Sunday night games, the Ravens and the Patriots in Baltimore. The Ravens really need this game. And the Patriots, I don't want to say they came out of nowhere. You're going to pick the Patriots. I'm going to go Ravens just for shit.
I'm taking the Pats. I don't think this is going to be an easy game. Ravens have come on strong. I don't know what happened. They really sucked earlier in the season, and then it just they can't lose right now.
No, but the last time they were in this win or die, they ran the table and won the Super Bowl. So, Harbaugh's good at coaching in those situations, and I mean this could go either way. But if you're taking Pats, I'll take Ravens just to make. I got
to take the Pats just because it's the Pats and it's a primetime game, and we saw what Drake May did to Josh Allen in prime time.
Yep, that's true. And Drake May's a hell of a quarterback. He's really playing really well right now.
I'll take the Pats and I'll die on that hill.
And that brings us to our Monday night game. It's Niners at Colts. This means something for both these teams, even though they're in different conferences.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going into Indy, but you don't have Indiana Jones.
No, but Phillip Rivers didn't look terrible.
No, it doesn't take much to hand off the ball to Jonathan Taylor every play.
Which you and I said they should have been doing a lot more of in the first place.
Yeah, so this one for me is this is the battle of running backs here. This is McCaffrey versus Taylor. Mm-hmm. This is what this game is going to be. This is going to be some smash mouth football.
And I wouldn't mind if the Colts beat up the Niners really well.
I mean, the Niners are on a roll. 10-4. Colts is do or die. They looked like the team that nobody could beat, and they've taken some injuries, and they've had some missteps. But I kind of feel like you're going into the Colts' house, and I want to see a 44-year-old quarterback win a football game. So I'm going to take the Colts.
All right. Just as a side note, I think this might be the latest we've been in a season without somebody not only having a playoff spot clinched, but I think the last 3 or 4 years, the Chiefs have had the number 1 seed clinched by now as well. But other than Denver and Los Angeles, nobody else has clinched a playoff spot yet. We have 3 weeks to go.
Yeah, they're going to start clinching up this week, though. Niners, you said? You're going to take Niners on that one? Or are you going to take Colts?
I'll go the Niners just because you're taking Colts, but I would if I was picking just for serious and where money was on it, I'd probably pick Colts.
I don't know how that's going to go, but
no, it's a coin toss. That's a good game. It's going to be a coin toss.
I'm hoping it's a good game. We've been cursed with Monday nighters.
Yeah, that's true.
Monday nighters have turned into snoozers.
That's true. All right, I guess that brings us to
damn Skippy.
Brings us to Straight Into Your Stomach. By the way, kids, you're watching the reels. Thank you very much. We're getting a lot of good numbers from the reels and the Straight Into Your Stomach. What did you do, Adam?
Oh, man. I dropped the ball again, dude.
Oh, no, don't tell me you went to McDonald's again.
Yes, I did.
Oh, dude.
I had it at the 5-yard line, and somebody punched the damn ball out on me, and I got shit on by the coach. He was just like, you got to have better ball control, motherfucker. He was, we got busy. It's that season, right?
Right.
Where it's season. Just like, and you just got so much to do, and there's so much going on that it was so late in the day. It was like, okay, we got to do it again.
All right, well, pick it up, man.
I hated it.
You're making me look bad here, man.
But you know what? I'm making up for it during the week because I am cooking like a lot of great meals during the week. It's just Sundays get away from me sometimes because of football and like I'm scoreboard watching. I'm running around doing 100 different things and yeah.
Well, I did my beef and noodles in the crock pot, that's what I had for leftovers, it's just phenomenal. We didn't hear from Deb this week, but got a couple of likes on the video. So you guys who like the video, thank you very much. Christine wanted me to remind everybody she's going to put it up one of these weeks. She tells me she has a pretzel recipe that she likes to snack on with mustard throughout the game.
Oh, come on, Christine. Share that shit.
Yeah, the big soft pretzel is what she's...
Yeah, that's what I need. I need that stuff. I need that in my life.
All right, Christine.
Like, I need that in my life. I'm making up. I got 2 crock pots on the go today, Terry. So just so you know, like there's 2 on the go right now.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I'm making up for it. And, I got a pork broth going and we did some beef noodles in the other one, and that turned out really well. You inspire me. What can I say?
Beef noodles in the crock pot when it's cold outside might be the best.
It's so good. It's just the weather here has been so unpredictable. Like one day it's like feels like it's minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the next day it's almost like it's mild, but it's damp and the wind is just ripping through you. So it's like, what do I want more? Like dry ice cold, or do I want it just kind of cold and damp? And I haven't figured out what I like.
So Saturday night, the low was 2, right?
Yeah.
You want to know what the high is going to be Friday?
Well, tell me.
63.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're going through a mild phase here as well. Like we're getting like a 30-degree jump here, and like 30, 40 degrees at a time. It's just like what overnight.
Daisy doesn't care. She was mad at me because I didn't take her for her second walk Sunday because the wind chill was minus 20, and I was like, no, Daisy, we're not going anywhere. We took the first walk, not the second one, but today and yesterday she's just, woohoo, I'm outside, and she's loving she doesn't care. Cold, hot, as long as she's walking, she doesn't care. I guess that, anything else we need to cover here?
No, we just want to apologize once again to our loyal listeners that if you missed last week's show, it is up now. You can catch it. It was a good show, actually.
It was.
Everybody except Coach. Coach was down. I think it's because there was like a lack of uniforms, but
yeah, well, he'll be okay.
It happens.
Yeah, he'll be
and
okay.
It was he had to go through a snowstorm and stuff. So we appreciate you bearing with us and listening to us since 1969.
Longest running podcast in human history right here at the Straight Off the Couch podcast with it.
We were podcasting before they even had the equipment to do so.
That's just how cool we are. So Adam, where can the boys and girls find you at?
You can find me at Adam Off the Couch on Instagram and X.
And you can find me on the X at TREMUP. That's at TREMUP, and on the gram at Tear 'em Up Terry. Just a little. We have a couple seconds here. It's kind of funny. You might have noticed we switched out the closing music. That's because YouTube was flagging it as being a copyright infringement, even though we got it from a royalty-free place. We switched to this one, and we got another copyright infringement on it, even though we got it from a royalty-free place. So,
yeah, so we have that issue. If you're watching us, if you're using YouTube as your way to listen to us, unfortunately, it takes a couple days because YouTube plays these games with us.
They do. So for my broadcast partner, don't leave things unsaid. Check on those you love. Until next week, see you later, everybody.